All right, guys. You guys want to blow up your back? Saw I blow my back up. You want a mass building back workout? Try this. You want bulging lats? You want Tyrannosaurus traps? You guys want lats like Dorian Yates with half the work and half fucking genetics? You want to figure out how to not work hard, get big? You want, this is the shortcut channel. Yeah, so we talked about this before. Comment warriors. It's actually not that bad. And I'm not really ragging on these people because it's just how it's their genetic bitch makeup. So I don't know what the fuck to tell you. It's like just how you were raised, right? To be like a little like instigator without knowing that you're an instigator. You're like a poker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so when I put something up, I put up the video the other day about Nautilus pull downs, leaning over, fucking holding this. Even guys I've seen in videos admitting that there's no resistance at the bottom, but you just gotta squeeze there. I'm like, you just literally made my point. Like, why would I squeeze where there is no resistance? Like, it's like me squeezing air. I can just squeeze it's the same fucking thing, right? But I put up a video about it, and then this guy, of course, pipes up because I don't know why this comment has to come out. Because like, maybe you think these people know more than me. Or like, I don't know, you've put them up on a pedestal, so like, oh, I've only been watching them and they've been saying this, so don't knock them off there, because then I won't know who to listen to, right? They're like, oh, you know, if that's true, then there's like a lot of top pros like Pro X, Pro A, Pro B, Pro C. These guys all do this movement in their videos, like, and like, I think they know what they're doing. And I wrote back, I'm like, some of them do, and some of them don't. They're just doing shit for the sake of doing it, not to make like a knock on them or say they're bad people or it's stupid or anything. It's just you're not thinking properly about the mechanics of back and like working out properly. So I said, you know, and I said, but any exercise can be a good exercise as long as you're performing it right. That being said, you have to have the breadth of knowledge or the depth of experience to understand those nuances. And when I click on the pictures of the guys who are writing this stuff, if we're climbing each border of this mirror is the mountain we're climbing. The top is pro. You're here, dude. Like, you got a long fucking way to go before you worry about anything that's happening up there. Like, this is top 10 Olympia. This is like, I did my first amateur show and got third call out. So chill the fuck out. Like, you need to understand the basics of movement. You need to understand like how to move properly, to just simply engage the body part, not sections of the body part, not areas, or like, not like these little tiny little approaches. Like, no, you just have to learn how to know where the fuck your lat is, because you don't have a lat. You have no lat to speak of that's developed. Of course you have one, everyone has one. You have no development, so therefore you won't be able to understand where it is because you can't feel it. You know what I mean? It's like when you see a person working out and they're doing biceps, it's like a young kid, and they're just holding dumbbell like, because they don't understand the muscle body awareness or the actual understanding of what their bicep does and how it should feel. They just know when they do this with their arm, their bicep flexes, right? But it's like, there's more to it than that. So it's okay that you question people, guys and girls, but it's like, understand where you're coming from and where you're at, and understand who the person in the video is talking to. So I'm not talking to the pro or the guy who's doing that you're looking up to. I'm not talking to them. I'm hoping that they listen. But obviously they're probably too far gone. They believe their own stuff. I'm talking to the people below that who need to understand that this isn't the way to do it. There's more efficient ways. There's way more like effective ways to do these lifts and understand them and feel them better, so that you can get to the level those guys are at and you can understand, man, those guys are really lost. That being said, they've developed great physiques doing stuff in a really fucked up way, because as much as we want to harp on form and technique and all this stuff, as long as you're lifting weight and there's progressive resistance going up, progressive overload, whatever it is, and you're lifting the weight and using muscles to do so because you have to, there will be development in the body. There's no question about that. It's just, how will that development look at the end of the day? So if we start off doing things well around here and understanding basics on our starting levels, we're understanding how to move, we're connecting very well. By the time we get to these guys' level, our development's gonna be better. Because these guys maybe up here skipped all this down here and just were like meatheads, just pushing the fucking thing, squat the thing, I do deadlifts because I'm supposed to, I do this because I'm supposed to, this is a machine for this, and they're just meatheading it, right? So they develop their muscular, but if you look at these guys critically, bad back, shitty hamstrings, horrible arms, chest is dead, there is no chest, you know what I mean? So you have to understand, like, if you want to get up and get higher in the rungs in terms of your physical development or getting better for shows and stuff, the sooner you start off with the proper stuff or the stuff that works for you or connects for you, the better overall you're going to be. So when you get up to this level, it's not going to be such a fucking rewind to get myself moving properly to develop again. I'd rather just take the time building and building and building and building and building and building, getting up to a point where I'm like, you know what I mean, I'm at these guys' level now. Now I can really start progressing because I can bring in these little nuances. I can see if I do have little weaknesses, I can understand how to train my bicep better, how to train my chest more effectively. But because I have this development of chest, I have muscle to feel. So like, understand, you guys calling people out like that, what if so-and-so says this, is like, what he says isn't the end all be all and what I say isn't. But at least I'm trying to help you. I'm not telling you like, I'm not like, do it because I said so. It's like, try it, and if it feels good, that's how you should be doing it. And my money's on the fact that you'll feel it better. Like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna connect with it better than what you're watching. Because one, these guys aren't explaining it. So they may be doing it right and feeling it well for them, but they're not explaining it in a way that you can understand it and apply it to you, especially you being at a beginner level. So like, that's the issue, right? You can't just look like, I didn't put on videos of Ronnie Coleman when I was coming up as a bodybuilder and be like, oh, if I'm gonna get big, I gotta squat 8 plates like Ronnie did. I was like, man, I can't lift 8 plates like that, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try and lift as heavy as I can, as nice as I can, and as well as I can. And maybe one day I'll get there. But it's not my goal to do that. It's just to get better, right? So, get out of the comments fucking saying, what if so-and-so says this and so-and-so says that? Like I said before, if you really analyze those guys' physiques, more holes in a fucking piece of Swiss cheese in that fucking physique. And that's the reason why they're not at the top. And they're ascending to the top of being like, making Mr. Olympias and doing all this stuff. They're not there yet, but they have all the answers, right? Or do they?